Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Fame with Tiffany Renee, freedom of artistic means of expression. Welcome back to my channel. If you have been here before, if you're new, welcome. This is a safe space where we talk about metaphysics, quantum physics, spirituality, growth, enlightenment, awareness, and all those wonderful things to help get us in the right vibration to attract the life, the circumstances, the world that we really, really, truly desire to have. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe if something resonates with you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a safe space for all people. So no negative Neds or Nellies or Nancys. There's other avenues to spew negativity, and this is not one of the places. Okay, this is a loving environment, and I want to keep it that way. Preach. So today, I know if you celebrate Christmas, it's Christmas Eve, December 24th, and sorry, camera's like doing weird things. And I wanted to come on here because I was inspired to tell a story. I just had a birthday. My birthday is on the 21st of December. So I am a cusp. I am a Sagicorn, okay? Sagittarius, but Sagicorn, right? So I'm a Sagittarius because it's the last day of Sagittarius, which is December 21st. And then the very next day is the first day of Capricorn. And I very much have both Sagittarius and Capricorn tendencies. Trust and believe that. And I think it works because it helps keep me in balance. I have the fiery side of the Sagittarius, and I have the grounding earth energy of the Capricorn. So I do love being a Sagittarius because the Sagittarians are the truth seekers of the zodiac. They're the sages. They seek wisdom, and I have noticed that in myself. I've always been inquisitive since I was a little girl, so I can attest to that. And while Capricorns are more analytical, and I can attest to that too, because I definitely have an analytical side that I couple with my quest of searching for new wisdom on the Sagittarian side. So shout out to all the Sagittarians and all the Caps out there. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had great birthdays. And I hope you're enjoying your holiday for those out there who do celebrate Christmas or celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, anything else that you celebrate out there. Bless. But I wanted to tell this story because it is about my birthday. And I'm calling this the birthday manifestation miracle. Okay. And I just have to share this story because I want to talk once again and just like prove to people who might be skeptics on the power of deliberate manifestation and how you can literally call things that are not in your current reality. Just call things in that are not there, and they will show up from some source, from maybe a different timeline, a different realm, a different whatever. All of the cooperative components will be orchestrated, and the universe will deliver it to you through the path of least resistance. And sometimes the path of least resistance is not the path that you would be expecting it to come. So we're going to talk about that too. I'm going to get right into this video. I'm already at 4 minutes, and you know me, I tend to make my videos a little bit long. Even though I always set an intention for them to be 15 minutes, they're usually like 30. So here we go. So on my birthday, December 21st, I was stressed out a little bit because I had like bills due, right? And the last thing anyone wants to worry about on their birthday is like bills, okay? And one of my most important bills was actually due on my birthday. I had moved the due date, and the furthest I can move it out was on my birthday. Now, I don't currently have consistent income coming in, okay, through a regular source, since COVID, like a lot of, other people, and just, yeah. So anything that I receive, it's been from outside sources. It hasn't necessarily been something through me personally, other than maybe if someone bought a painting from me or something like that, but it's not consistent, right? So on December 19th, 2021, I had said to the universe, well, I prayed first. I prayed and I talked to God the night before, before I went to bed. And I was really, really thinking, I was like, I need some money. And I'm like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it and just try to be, I need some money, okay? Because I have 4 bills that are all due between the 21st and the 29th of December. And only one bill was less than $100. All the other ones were over $100. One of them was over $200, right? And I'm like, I need these to be paid. So I said, you know what? If I just had $500, just $500, that's it. All I need really is $500. If I could at least get $500 together, I would be able to take care of all these bills. I said that like on the 19th. And on the 20th, I said, okay, we're not going to worry about this, because I was starting to worry. And I was like, we're not worried about this. You set the intention. You asked God for it. You talked to the universe and said, universe, this is what I'm asking. And it's your job to orchestrate the cooperative components to bring it here. Okay. When you ask, it is given. I'm like, I've already asked God. God is like, okay, you're going to get $500. Now, universe, you need to bring it to me. And I was just trying to convince myself, as I know people may think that's delusional or whatever, but I had to stay on top of that belief. I said, it's going to come. I feel scared. I feel doubtful. I feel all of these negative emotions, and everything still works out for me, best case scenario. And everything is still working out for me, best case scenario. And these bills are paid. So I acknowledged my fear, but I added on, in spite of feeling fear, I know that I'm still going to get my manifestation, right? So on the 20th of December, I had gotten a $30 check in the mail, which I didn't expect so soon, which was for jury duty. And I got my $30 and I was like, oh, okay, I have $30. On December 19th, mind you, I had $5.38 in my checking account. Remember that, $5.38. So on the 20th, I had $35 because I got the $30 check from jury duty, which I was very grateful for, because they were like, it'll take like 6 weeks or something to get it. And I got it the day before my birthday. And I was thinking, okay, my birthday's tomorrow and I will probably get some birthday money, because I usually do. It's usually no more than maybe a total of $150 from different sources, maybe $200, but that's all I was expecting, if that, because everyone's financial situation has been different, this last 2 years. So I was just hoping for the best, okay? But I was just thinking, well, I'm going to get something for my birthday, I'm sure, because I always do. And I have a lot of family and friends that live out of state, so usually it's just easier for them to drop a Cash App. And so my dad sent me a $50 Cash App. My stepmom sent me a $50 Cash App. And one of my friends sent me a $25 Cash App. And I was like super excited. Plus I had the $35 from my, still from my account for jury duty, $30 jury duty. So I had about $180, and I was able to go and, I had nothing for my birthday. Like, I didn't have, my friend was taking me to dinner. I had nothing to wear. I went to get my eyebrows done, and I got me a little shirt to wear for my birthday. And I put a little bit aside because I wanted to go see the Matrix movie that came out on the 22nd of December. And I thought I have enough to at least pay one bill left. So all the rest of this money will go towards that one bill. So at least that one bill that's actually due on my birthday will be paid. And another friend of mine had sent me $10. And I was like, okay, great. I have $10 extra for me, and all the rest of it is going to go to this one bill. And so even though it was on my mind, I was like, I see you doubt. I see you doubt, I see you doubting this $500. I see you. And things still always work out for me, best case scenario. Something is going to transpire. Something's going to happen. I asked to have it by midnight on my birthday. By the end of my birthday, I said by midnight, before it goes into December 22nd, by midnight, I will have the $500 that I need to take care of these bills. By this time, it's like 6:30. My friend takes me to dinner, and we have a really nice time, really nice fancy dinner. Loved it. I got some gifts from other friends and things like that, and I was just so grateful for all the well wishes and things. She brought me home, and I, like, kid you not, I got home, I opened the gifts, I was very grateful. I took off my boots, which were super fabulous that I could barely walk in, but they were so bomb, I had to wear them, okay? And I sat on the couch, still in my, I had a ponytail in, whatever, still my birthday glam. And I proceeded to just write a post of thank yous. So I just did a whole posted my dinner, and I just thanked everybody. And for everything, even if all they did was just put happy birthday on my timeline. Great. Thank you. Thank you for the phone calls, for the text messages. If you got me anything, thank you. If you sent me something in the mail and it's not even here yet, but I thank you because you even thought enough to send me anything. And I was just showing a lot of gratitude and just thanking everybody, because just because it's your birthday doesn't mean that you're entitled to get anything from anybody. You know what I'm saying? So anyone who does that to me, that's just a huge act of kindness. Like, thank you for even thinking of me. I appreciate it so much. And then I posted that. It was about 10:15-ish, 10, maybe 10:15 at night. So it's late. So it's almost a little more than an hour and a half before my birthday's over. And by this time, I think I had maybe the $120 something left. That was just enough to pay this one bill, right? Which was $127. And I had about maybe $125 left. And also my friend who passed away in July, one of my best friends, her kids, needed Christmas presents. And, her mom had reached out, and I was like, I don't have any money, but if I get money for my birthday, I will send you something for the babies, to help out. And I was just like, I can't even do that. But I said, it's not midnight yet. And all I could think about was just feeling so much gratitude for everyone who had sent me well wishes. And then my cousin on my mom's side, we don't talk much. He found us actually maybe back in 2003, because my mom kind of disassociated with her whole side of the family. So he found me and my brother in 2007, right before I graduated college. And, he got us in touch with my grandmother. So I have a good relationship with my mom's mom now, and I hadn't seen her in 20 years. And so me and that cousin, we know each other now. Like, we know each other, but, he's doing big things. He's this big deal, and I'm so proud of him. He's just doing big things. You hear me? And we don't talk, though. I think we talked one time during quarantine just to check on each other. Just because I'm like, hey, I told my grandma I'd call him, and I just wanted to make sure he was okay. And because I think he was in New York at the time or something. And that's it. We talked for like 10 minutes, and that was that, because he's a very, very busy man. And we didn't talk. We don't talk at all. We'll see each other on Facebook. I comment on his stuff way more than he comments on mine, right? But he sent me a happy birthday on my timeline, and I responded at like 10 something. And then he inboxed me and it was like, hey, happy birthday, hope you're doing well, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, thank you so much. And I said, I just want you to know that I see you, like, I see what you're doing, and I'm so proud of you. You're so inspiring, all the work that you do, for the community, for all these other different organizations. And I'm like, it's really inspiring. And so appreciate you. Thank you. And that was that. All of a sudden, I get a screenshot from him from a Cash App. He asked if I had a Cash App, but I said yeah. Gave him my Cash App, and I got a screenshot. He had dropped $250 in my Cash App account. It's maybe like 10:30 now, right? I was so blown away that cousin, who I don't really talk to like that, dropped me $250. And I was like, oh my God. I was so overwhelmed with gratitude. And I was typing, cousin! Oh my God, thank you so much. I can't even tell you how much this means to me. Like, oh my God. And then he responded, he said, God loves you and so do I. And I was just like, I was just so ecstatic. And then he responded, gratitude and excitement will take you a long way. And I was in the middle of responding. I was like, amen, love you too. Before I could even finish writing the message, another screenshot, boop, an additional $250 dropped into my Cash App from him. Again, with a little note that said, here's a little more. And then he said, so it should be $500. Okay, listen, by now it's like maybe 10:40. All right, less than an hour and a half before my birthday is over. $500 from cousin, right? Couldn't believe it. Blew my freaking mind. I'm like, holy crap. Of all people, this cousin, right? And we're not even like super, super close, really. But I was like, what? Never in a million years would I have thought it would have come from him, right? 5 minutes later, no joke, his mom, my aunt, and she and I converse more on Facebook and through Messenger, but we're still not as close as me and my dad's sister. She dropped me $50 in my Cash App account. Happy birthday, niece. I don't think she's ever given me money before for my birthday. I was like, what? What? Auntie, are you kidding me? So the two people that I didn't expect to receive the funds from, I got $550. And by now it's like 10:45. It's like 10:45. And when I tell you, I wrote my cousin back and I was like, I'm so emotional. I'm speechless. Thank you so much. I thanked my aunt. And that coupled with the $120 I still had left, I had a total of $647 in my checking account, right? Whereas just 2 days before, on the 19th, I only had $5.38, okay? I now had $647. First thing I did was take $40 and send it to my friend's mom. And I was like, here is stuff to go towards their Christmas gifts for the kids. I was so glad that I was able to do that. And she was so grateful. And I felt so good because I really wanted to be able to contribute. So I was able to contribute. And so I had $607 left. I called my friend and I told her all about it. And she was hype because she was like, wow. Especially of the fact that it came from that particular cousin and aunt. Crazy, right? And in less than an hour and a half before my birthday was over. So she and I are talking and she's hype about it and I'm still hype and excited and emotional about it. Then she says, well, they're sowing seeds into your life. Okay? And so since they're sowing seeds into your life and it's some good energy coming back, I'm going to sow some more into your life. She had already given me $25 earlier in the day for my birthday. She sent me an additional $25. An additional $25 on top of what she had already sent me earlier. So I was now back to like $630 something, right? By midnight. I asked for $500 by midnight on my birthday. And I ended up overall receiving, by the end of my birthday, by midnight, I had about $630 something still in my account. I had probably received a total of like just throughout my birthday day alone, about 675, close to about $700 total. But at one time, that last hour and a half crunch moment came, and I got that last $575 between my cousin, my aunt, and my friend. So not only did I have enough to pay the one bill that I had put the rest of my birthday money aside to pay, but I was able to pay that bill. I was able to pay all the other 3 bills too, and still had a little bit of money left over to get some gas, to buy me some Popeye's chicken, and to go see The Matrix that came out on the 22nd. So I went to see the movie, The Matrix, on the 22nd, which I loved, at the IMAX theater. And I went and got me some Popeye's chicken for dinner. And yesterday, the 23rd, because I had talked to my grandmother earlier that day and told her what my cousin and my aunt had done. And she said, well, I sent you a card, and, I have, a couple dollars in there for you, like she does every year, between $25 and $50 she'll send me in the mail. Last night, after I had spoken to her earlier in the day, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, and I get another cha-ching Cash App notification. And it's my aunt again. And then she had a message that said, from Granny, an additional $100. An additional $100. So by the end of the day, on the 22nd, I only had maybe $50 left. But that extra 100 came last night. And I was able to, my birthday is today. I have 2 of my friends, actually, their birthdays are today. I was able to send one some money through Cash App yesterday. I was able to send her, a couple dollars. I was able to send something for my little nephew, for his little college fund. I was able to put some money there. I mean, listen, I know we are already at 22 minutes long, and I feel like the story was all over the place, but I'm just saying, if you were following me, do you see what just a little bit of faith and belief will do? Okay? In 48 hours, I had all the money I needed plus extra. Okay? And right now, I still have $100 in my checking account. Right? Still. From Granny's money. You know what I mean? So, from December 19th to December 23rd, last night, I accumulated well over, $700-800? Like, from having only $5.38 on December 19th. Are you hearing me? Even though I felt doubt and unsure, I always tagged, and things are still working out for me, best case scenario. I was drifting off to sleep, just repeating how things are always working out for me, best case scenario. Things are always working out for me, best case scenario. Even if I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, things are always working out for me, best case scenario. Everything is always showing up right on time. Everything is working out for me, best case scenario. And sure enough, it worked out for me, best case scenario. And I have numerous stories about this, about all different things, not just money, but other things as well. And what I want you all to really understand and to take away from this video, if you're still watching, the takeaway is whatever you believe in is what persists, okay? And when I say what you believe in, that also includes what you believe is possible in your realm of possibility. Okay? Because there are things that we believe are possible, but we don't believe that they're possible for us, right? We don't believe they're possible in our realm of possibility. Like, oh, that just happens to people like that, or to people like them. It doesn't happen to me. You know what I mean? And I want you all to get away from that mindset. And I understand why it's there, because we've been programmed to carry that narrative since birth, really. You know what I mean? To think that there is something outside of you that gets to dictate who you become and what your life should be. And I'm here to tell you, friend to friend, okay, sis to sis, or sis to bruh, okay? Listen, you do not have to subscribe to that X-nay on the outside influences telling you what can happen in your life. Who cares about what history says? Who cares about what happened in the past? Who cares what happened to the parents or the grandparents or what your siblings or cousins experience or what your friends and coworkers and their families experience or what the percentages are in your city or what the statistics are with your race or your gender or your religion or whatever. Who cares? Get rid of that. Get rid of anything that is not lining up, that not with what you already want in your life. Anything that is not lining up to a higher vibration. Anything that is not matching. Any story that is contradicting, okay? Any contradictory story, thoughts, narratives, belief systems, indoctrination, ideologies, conspiracy theories, whatever. Anything that goes against what you truly want for yourself as an individual and for the people in your life, for the people who you love, for the people in your city, your state, your country, the world, get rid of it. If it does not align with what you now want, get rid of it, because there is only now. There is only now. Eckhart Tolle talks about it all the time. There is only the present. Anything that happened in the past, bless, we honor it, we respect it, but it was in the present when it happened. When it happened, it was now. This is a new now. You get to decide the direction that your life goes. You get to decide what is true for you. Do not jump on somebody's train and hook your caboose to somebody else's caboose because there's 200,000 other cabooses following that same train. You don't have to subscribe to that. You don't have to subscribe to anything. Check out my last video about is what's consuming you. You don't have to subscribe to anything that you don't resonate with, because things that you do subscribe to are things that resonate with you, whether they're good or bad or indifferent. You can resonate with fear-based things. You 100% can. And a lot of people do. A lot of us, we resonate with things that have a fear-based undertone. Why? Because we've always been taught to fear something. It's always fear or desire. They talk about that in the Matrix movie, the new one. Fear or desire. You either desire something or you're fearing something. But anything that you fear, there's an underlying reason why you fear it. If you are quick to believe something negative about a group of people or something negative about the economy, the country, your government, Wall Street, secret societies, or, medicine or whatever, if you're inclined, if your initial knee-jerk reaction is something negative or something mistrusting or a caution, there is an underlying belief under all of that that says, I don't trust people. Why don't you trust people? That is the question that you need to ask. Why don't I trust people, though? Why don't I trust people? What have I seen or what have I been taught that gave me that suggestion and I accepted it? Did I see something as a kid? Did I see, somebody get over on dad? I guess. And it caused dad to lose his job. Okay, well, dad said you can't trust people. Okay, so now I learned since I was 5 that people are not trustworthy and that I have to be on guard all the time because somebody might do something to me. And I want you to go back in your own life and see how many times that has come true. How many times have you been in a position where trust was a factor? Whether it was with strangers, at your job, in your own relationships. Like how many of you all are in committed partnerships, relationships, situationships, and you don't even fully trust the person that you're with? You don't even trust the person who you claim that you love or you claim you want to be with, do you really trust them? Probably not. Or probably not as much as you would like to. I was watching an Audrey Hepburn documentary. And if you all don't know who Audrey Hepburn was, Hollywood royalty, honey, okay? She was fantastic. She was in My Fair Lady, Charade, Roman Holiday, Breakfast at Tiffany's. She's just a Hollywood icon. And there was I think it was on Netflix, either Netflix or Amazon Prime. There was a documentary about her. And even though I've always loved her, because My Fair Lady is my movie, I never knew a lot about her. But I learned a lot about her. Things that I had no idea. I didn't know that she was in the war, that she survived the war, and that she was Dutch and all that stuff. And she had always craved love because love wasn't given in her family. Her dad left them right before the war, and her mom was not an affectionate person. Her mom used to ridicule her and tell her that she was ugly and she was all these other things. And so she grew up with that complex of feeling like she was less than. I didn't know that, because you wouldn't think it with how wonderful of an actress she was, how insecure she was, like deeply insecure, especially when it came to love. And finally, when she was like in her maybe 50s or 60s, in her last maybe stretch of life before she passed away, she had met someone after her second marriage had ended. And you hear her having this interview, I guess, and you hear her saying that when she met him, he was a lot younger than her, but she said that she knew him, that she knew that he was right for her, and that she knew that he loved her and she loved him. But she also said that, and I trust his love, and I trust that it will never leave me. And I just thought that was so profound, because I was like, wow, I've never in my life heard somebody say that they trusted the love of someone who they're with. That's deep for me, for Tiffany Renee. That's deep. To me, that's profound. You know what I mean? And ask yourselves those questions. Are you going to trust your inner being more than you trust the outside noise? And when I say inner being, I don't mean the ego. Don't get your ego mixed up with your inner being, your inner internal guidance system, as Abraham Hicks calls it. There is a big difference in the voice of spirit and your higher consciousness versus the voice of your ego. Because your ego will have you convinced that what you're feeling and what you're believing is valid, but it's going to be under false pretenses. It's going to be coming from a place of fear or lack or scarcity mindset. It's not going to be coming from a place of openness. I would recommend, because I know this video is getting long, I would recommend to follow your own path. Drop everything that you've ever been taught to believe that is true first. That's what I had to do. And I will say, and I grew up in a very strict Islamic household in the Middle East. Okay, I actually lived in Saudi Arabia from 8 years old to 16. So I had to, in 2016, when I made my ultimate surrender, I call it, because I felt so hollow and so empty. And it was just like, I didn't like denounce, Islam, but I felt like there was still a gap. There was a void that wasn't being filled with religious doctrine. You know what I mean? And I just felt like there's got to be something else that I'm missing to help bridge this gap. And I said, God, whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever I'm supposed to call you, God, Jehovah, Yahweh, Jesus, Allah, whatever you are, please show yourself to me. Reveal yourself to me. Reveal me the ultimate truth. Reveal me your truth, higher power, whatever you are. And show me the truth for me as it pertains to me on my journey on this earth and for my soul. And I'm telling you, I said, I drop everything. I'm letting go of everything that I already think that I know about you, about life. I'm dropping it. I let it all go. Everything that I've been taught, everything I've been believed to be true about me, about life, about being a woman, about everything, about being a person of color, about, growing up in the United States, about growing up in Saudi Arabia, everything that I've ever been taught from Saudi Arabia and from the United States, from the outside world, from my parents, from family, from friends, from TV, from society, from social media. I am dropping it. I strip it all away and I open myself for you to show me what is true. Ever since then, look, I took the red pill, okay? And I've been going down my own version of my own rabbit hole ever since. And I have been introduced to so many things that I never, ever, that there's no way I couldn't even be in a place to receive the possibility that some of these things could be true had I not let go and stripped away everything that I held so tightly to, all the beliefs that I thought made me. Because sometimes we get afraid to let go of beliefs and to open ourselves up because we identify ourselves as what we believe to be true about ourselves and about our relationship to the world. You are bigger than everything. You are bigger than your beliefs. You are bigger than any negative forces that are in opposition to your growth. You are bigger than your race. You are bigger than your gender. You are bigger than your religion. You are bigger than this planet. You are bigger than everything that is in this 3D reality. And to quote Brown and Bendy, Dominique Davis, check out her channel. The only thing that is bigger than you is the universe and God. That's it. That's the only thing that's bigger than you. That's how big you are. And it's time that we start walking in and stepping into that bigness and owning our power and knowing that we can literally call something in. We can call something into our lives that is not there. There is no exception. Hell, good health, more money, a nice car, new house, world peace, end of poverty, no more famine, everybody is thriving, abundance, unlimited resources. Everyone is living their best life. The world is world peace, all of that, anything and everything that you want. You can literally call it into your life, even though there may not be any evidence whatsoever to support this new belief that you affirmed. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it is. Just say it is, and do not deviate from that. Come hell or high water, you hold tight to what you want to believe. You decide what you believe. If something that you've been believing, if you don't want to subscribe to that anymore, if that doesn't resonate, if limitations, you can't do something because you're Black, you can't do something because you're a woman, you can't do something because you're gay, or you can't have something because you're transgender, you can't do something because you grew up poor, you can't do something because you grew up rich and you don't know what that means, or you can't have something because you came from another country. F all of that, okay? You don't have to subscribe to any of that. That does not have to be your story right now, today, in this moment. You can erase that. You can erase it. If it's not serving you, let it go. You don't have to believe it. You do not have to believe it. You don't have to believe that there are people out to get you. You don't have to believe that the world is a scary place. You don't have to believe that the economy is going to pot. You don't have to believe that the world is falling apart. You don't have to believe that there are people who are trying to do bad things to you. You don't have to believe in any of that if you don't want to. It is a choice. And you can say, well, Tiffany, look at this whole freaking library of people saying that I should be afraid of this thing, or I should be worried about this thing, or that these people are doing these things. So what? Because guess what? Because this is the universe, because Earth is part of the universe and it operates with universal laws, the universal law of polarity, which means what? You can't have one thing without the other. So if you're going to present me all this evidence to support your limiting beliefs and your fears, there's another library full of all the evidence to support the exact opposite of what you're fearing and disturbed about. It has to be, because you can't have one without the other. So I know I'm getting all hot and bothered now because I want people to get it. Okay, it's okay for you to feel unsure and uncertain. That's your human body having a human reaction to your feelings. You can feel however you want to feel. You can respect and acknowledge that you feel how you want to feel and still say, and I'm getting everything that I want. And I'm getting that house. And that car is still coming. And that new job is still coming. And my bank account is still full of that money that I've been asking for. And I'm still getting that loving relationship. And I'm still traveling around the world. And I still got my wealth. And I'm still flying on private jets. And I'm still getting front row seats to every single concert that I ever want to go to ever. And I'm still healthy, and my kids are still well, and I still have generational health, and I'm still getting, and I'm still getting, and I'm still having, and it's still coming. You can do that simultaneously. You can do it simultaneously. So, know your power. Know that you are bigger than anything that is limiting you. Know that. Sit on that. Think on that. Meditate on that. Understand that, digest that, and then operate from this new place of knowing, and your life will change. The world will change before your very eyes, and you will see opportunities. You will see changes. You will start seeing things that really do match up with what you really want. Unless what you think you really, really want is for nothing to change. I mean, which is a fear in itself. A lot of people don't want things to end in our world. They don't want an end to poverty. They don't want an end to racism. They don't want an end to misogyny. They don't want an end to abusive relationships. They don't want an end to anything that's chaotic and dramatic because they have developed an addiction to it. They don't know who they are without their trauma. They don't know who they are without something to be angry about, or something to fight against, or something to fear, or something to be mad at. They don't know who they are because they've never been that person who didn't have to be that, who didn't have to carry that. And Kyle Cease is a great resource because he talks about that. And he tells people it's like a vest that you're wearing. You're wearing a vest of trauma. You're wearing a vest of fear. You're wearing a vest of caution. You're wearing a vest of mistrust. You're wearing a vest of all of these things. And you've been wearing that vest probably for decades. And you don't know who you are without it. So instead of taking off the vest, you hold on to it. Because you're afraid that if you take off that vest, it's going to reveal someone that you don't know. It's going to reveal someone who now has to take accountability and responsibility for their lives and for what's showing up in their life. Check out my video that I made about fault and blame versus accountability and responsibility. Some people are not ready to take that accountability. And that's fine. You are where you are. But I'm just saying that you don't have to. You don't have to carry that. You don't have to wear that vest. You don't have to wear those labels like a badge of honor. You don't have to do that. Because where's the honor in dishonoring yourself? You can just say that something that doesn't apply to me. Maybe it applied to me a year ago. Shoot, it even applied to me yesterday, but it don't apply to me today. And it's not going to apply to me tomorrow. That doesn't have to apply to me. My history doesn't have to apply to me. My past doesn't have to apply to me. It doesn't have to apply to you. Oh, they said this is going to hurt you. This is going to make you crazy. That don't have to apply to me. That don't apply to me. That may apply to you, but that doesn't apply to me. Because everything in my life, everything works out for me, best case scenario. So if I'm going to indulge in something, if I'm going to do something, if I'm going to subscribe to something, it's working out for me, best case scenario, period. You don't have to subscribe to anything that anyone else is subscribing to, especially if it's coming from a place of fear. Because you're bigger than that. We're bigger than fear. I'm talking to myself too. We are bigger than fear. We're bigger than our limiting beliefs, right? It's you versus you. It's me versus me. Always has been, always will be, till the end of time. No exceptions, no exemptions. You have the power. You have all the power. Take it back. Take your power back. Stop giving your power away to outside sources that you are bigger than. They can't do nothing to you unless you believe that they can do something to you. Period. Nothing can harm you unless you believe in the possibility of it harming you, or you truly believe that it can harm you. Nothing and no one can harm you. It's the whole, if God is for me, who can be against me? It's that. It's that. And I'm not saying that it's easy. You have to work at it. But once you decide that this is what you're going to do, this is who you are, repetition, and you keep doing it and you keep doing it and you keep doing it, and you will start to see changes. You are going to shift into a version of you that far surpasses anything that you could have ever imagined that you could become. So we're at 45.5 minutes. So I know this was a long video, but I hope you got something out of it. I hope my story brought you joy and excitement, and I hope it uplifted you, and I hope it reminded you that you are amazing, you are powerful, you can do anything you want to do, you can be, do, or have anything you want, and that the world is literally exactly what you say it is, what you expect it to be. That is what shows up in your life. That is what shows up in your awareness. That is what shows up in what's possible for you and what's possible for people around you. When you change yourself, the world around you changes. Don't be afraid of change. Change is the only constant. Change is good. Change is good. And it's good because I decided that it's good. So change is good. Take care, everybody. Be blessed. And I will see you in the next video.